because it's not really behind me. But anyhow, so I decided to use that background. It's pretty cool. So I decided to enroll into Full Sail University because I was unhappy being an electrician. I went from apprentice. It's kind of like Star Wars, you know what I'm saying? I went from apprentice to what they call journeyman to foreman, etc. So I went pretty far as an electrician. However, I got a 6-year-old daughter. You know what I'm talking about? She's beautiful. And, I got my wife and all that, right? So I decided to change careers due to the fact that, I'm pretty diverse when it comes to programming languages like HTML, C++, JavaScript, which is an official programming language, C++, C Sharp. I also have done some work when it comes to like video game design, Unity, etc. So I felt like I was right at home. This is right up my alley, right? And this is what I'm going to be doing for my career when I switch careers. Now I'm in a company, right? It's called Bauer Company. It's a small mom and pop shop, right? It's a construction company. What's going on here? Anyhow, so I do their front end programming, right? And I work with a team of professionals, etc. But it's kind of a small league. Sorry about my thumb. I was shaving earlier today and I cut my thumb. I don't know how that happened. Anyhow, so my program director is Rebecca, right? And I'm sure she's a nice lady, etc. Once again, her name is Rebecca Lace, right? And so when it comes to what I'm going to be doing at Full Sail, let me get down into that. Well, the question goes, what type of software and programming languages am I going to learn and use, etc.? And when it comes to that, I use a whole bunch of programming languages and software, etc. I have my MacBook Pro. I study HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? I'm going to be brushing up on my C Sharp and C++, etc., right? I use technologies like Word, Notepad, Notepad++. I got my PC in the living room, right? Anyhow, that answers that question. Let's move on to the next one, and let's make it more exciting too. Now, when it comes to the hardest class that I'm going to be taking, it's going to be the math classes. I needed to brush up on my math, but let me give you some advice on that. All you have to do is study, right? Full Sail, and study and practice and study, and that's what I've been doing. The math is getting easier, right? And just study and just keep going over it, and that's what I've been doing. So my hardest classes are going to be the math classes for sure. Other than that, it's going to be a breeze for most classes, most definitely. Well, when it comes to the easiest classes, right, at Full Sail, I think the easiest classes are going to be the programming classes. Why? Well, let's find out. That's because I have a huge interest in programming, as you guys can already tell. Huge interest in programming. My programming skills are to be desired for sure, and that's why I'm in this class. However, I've been interested in programming since 2015. Isn't that nuts? You know what I'm talking about? So I think the easiest classes, to be honest with you, are going to be the programming classes for sure. It doesn't bother me, algorithms, mathematics, whatever, who cares? Full Sail. Now, when it comes to the classes themselves, right? How am I going to succeed in these classes? Well, study, practice, and study and do as hard as I can, do the best I can, and that's all I can ask for myself. Try to schedule in as much as I can when it comes to work, play, personal life, school, time with my daughter and my family, and get online in Full Sail University, right? And study as much as I can. Look at that. I feel like I can almost touch the sign. Anyhow, so the question goes, it goes like this. What am I going to do to succeed? Study and practice and learn as much as possible. That's all you can do. On top of that, how am I going to break down the time I need to schedule everything in? Well, I filled out a bunch of schedules, right? And, I just go by the schedule, kind of break everything down, right? So I go from one step to the next, all the way over there to the next. Can you believe it? Anyhow, so like I was saying is, you know, I made a bunch of schedules, and I kind of break everything down and stick to the schedule. So nonetheless, my advice for everybody is, you know, take yourself as far as you could go and reach for the stars. There's no limits. Keep practicing and keep doing what you do best, right? Learn and practice and learn and practice and just keep going. You know, if you fail once, don't be discouraged by that. Just keep going. Thank you.